Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you've ever felt like you're working incredibly hard, just grinding away week after week, but somehow you're still not getting ahead financially, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to do things a little differently today. I want you to treat this like a mental workbook. We're going to walk through a step-by-step guide to completely rewire how you view building wealth. Because here's the secret. Changing your financial life doesn't actually start in your bank account. It starts right in your head. So, open up that mental workbook, get comfortable, and let's jump right in.
Seriously, I want you to take a second and answer this in your own head. If earning money was enough, why isn't everyone rich? Think about it. If the sheer act of getting a decent salary was the automatic ticket to wealth, then literally everyone with a solid job would be a millionaire, right? But they aren't, not even close. There is a massive disconnect between making money and actually being wealthy. And identifying that gap, that's the very first exercise in our workbook today. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the table of contents for our mental workbook today. 1. The big money misconception. 2. The 3 levels of wealth. 3. Escaping the lifestyle trap. And 4. Your step-by-step action plan.
Let's start with section 1, the big money misconception, why earning isn't everything.
So almost all of us were taught that the singular path to financial freedom is simply earning more. You know the drill. Get a better job, work more hours, ask for a raise, try to increase your income by absolutely any means necessary. But I really want you to evaluate that belief for a second. Is earning more actually the finish line, or is it just the starting line? A big reason we focus solely on our paychecks is because, honestly, everything else feels completely terrifying. Stocks, inflation, investing, credit scores. The financial industry uses all this jargon that makes the whole system feel incredibly overwhelming and complicated. It kind of feels like you need a PhD in economics just to participate. But here is the actual truth. Money is simple. It's just never been explained to you properly. Once we clear away all that confusing terminology, the foundational rules of money are actually incredibly straightforward.
Moving right along to section 2, the 3 levels of wealth, upgrading your financial game. As we go through these next few steps, I want you to mentally prepare to evaluate yourself. You've got to be completely honest about which level you're currently operating on, and more importantly, which level you might be stuck on. So here are the 3 distinct levels. Step 1, earning. Step 2, saving. Step 3, growing. And that's it. That is the entirety of the wealth building process. It looks simple, right? But the tragic reality is that the vast majority of people get permanently stuck on step 1. They spend their entire lives just running on a treadmill, wondering why the scenery never changes. Let's break down why that happens. So level 1 is earning. This is your job, your salary, maybe your side hustle or business income. Now, don't get me wrong here. Earning is absolutely crucial. It's exactly where everyone has to start. But the crucial point you have to remember is this. Income alone just creates potential. It doesn't actually create wealth. Think of a high salary like having a really, really fast car, but with a massive hole in the gas tank. Sure, it looks impressive, but you aren't going to get very far if you can't retain any of the fuel.
Let's look at the math for a second. You earn $3,000. You spend $3,000. Just let that sink in. Ask yourself right now, does my bank account look exactly like this at the end of every month? Is literally every single dollar that comes in going right back out the door to rent, groceries, car payments, and streaming subscriptions? Because if the answer is yes, you are completely stuck at level 1. It doesn't matter if that number is 3,000 or 30,000. If the output matches the input, your wealth equals 0. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when we compare that to scenario B. You earn $3,000, but you save $500. That $500, that isn't just money sitting in the bank, it's freedom. Level 2, saving, is what creates that crucial gap between where you currently are and where you actually want to be. Controlling your spending is what gives you leverage over your own life.
But here is where it gets really exciting. Level 3, growing. This is where absolutely everything changes, because this is investing. Look, at levels 1 and 2, you are trading your valuable time for money. But at level 3, your money starts working for you. Imagine having a tiny army of employees, and their only job in the entire world is to go out and recruit more employees. Your money starts generating more money, even while you sleep. And guys, this is the true definition of building wealth.
Time for section 3, escaping the lifestyle trap, diagnosing your spending.
So let's turn the page in our mental workbook. It's time to diagnose exactly why you might still be feeling broke, despite the fact that you're probably earning way more today than you were 5 years ago. Let's do a quick self-diagnosis. First question, Did your income go up recently? Think about your last promotion or that time you switched jobs for a nice bump in pay. Think about that feeling of relief, thinking, finally, I'm going to get ahead. I have some actual breathing room.
Now, second question. Did your spending go up too? Did you instantly upgrade your apartment? Did you buy a slightly nicer car? Did you start eating out at, nicer restaurants? I want you to let the reality of your own spending habits land for a second here. Because for almost everyone, the moment the paycheck gets bigger, the credit card bill gets bigger right alongside it.
And that brings us to the definition of the lifestyle trap. This is increasing your income and increasing your spending without ever investing. And what happens? You're left in the exact same place financially, just with a slightly better lifestyle. You have nicer clothes and a better car, sure, but your bank account is just as empty and your financial anxiety is just as high. This harsh truth is exactly why most people stay broke forever. They don't have an income problem, they have a lifestyle creep problem.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that escaping that trap requires a profound psychological shift. An earning mindset only asks one question: how can I earn more money? But a wealth mindset completely flips the script. It asks, how can I keep and grow my money? It is not about what you make. It is entirely about what you keep. If you want to get ahead financially, you absolutely have to adopt the wealth mindset.
Section 4, your step-by-step action plan, starting today.
All right, we have arrived at the final takeaway page of our mental workbook. Theory is great, but execution is everything. It's time to outline exactly what you're going to do next, starting literally today. Here are your 4 beginner steps. Number 1, track your money. You have to know exactly where it's going before you can even try to control it. Number 2, save a small percentage. Even just 10% is enough to get started. You don't need to live on rice and beans. You just need to create that gap. Number 3, learn basic investing. Remember, you don't need to be some Wall Street expert. Broad, simple index funds are usually where most beginners start. And number 4, stay consistent. Wealth building isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It's playing the long game.
Remember this quote? Money isn't about being smart. It's about understanding the rules. You don't need a genius-level IQ to build wealth. You just need to realize that earning is only step 1. Saving gives you power, and growing gives you freedom. Literally anyone can succeed once they grasp these basic rules. So, as we close out today's explainer, I'm going to leave you with one final provocative question for your workbook. What is your money doing today? Is it flowing right out of your hands to fund someone else's lifestyle? Or is it acting as your personal army, working tirelessly to build your own wealth? The choice is entirely up to you. Take control of those rules and watch how everything changes.